At Snowdrift, the first round of the 2013 Rally America National Championship, the Rockstar Energy Drink team of Antoine Lestage and Natalie Richard took first place after a great battle lasting the entire event with last year's national champion, David Higgins, who finished second. Crazy Leo Erlichich finished third in his unmistakable Subaru, while Ken Block from the Hoonigan Racing Division was the first driver to make use of the new Super Rally rules, finishing sixth. The Super Production class favorite, David Sterricks, was put out of the running early with gearbox trouble. This left a hole for Evan Klein to climb to the front and take command of the class. Mason Moyle and newcomer Nick Roberts battled it out for second and third on the podium. Andrew Comrie Picard and Jeremy Wimpy of Scion Racing configured their newly built 2013 Scion XD specifically for Snowdrift. They used a naturally aspirated engine to claim the top spot in two-wheel drive ahead of Dylan Van Wey and Fast Eddie McNelly, both in Ford Fiestas. With the second round of the championship approaching, teams will have to make the physical and mental changes from the snowy roads of northern Michigan to the fast-sweeping gravel roads of the 100 Acre Wood in Salem, Missouri. Ken Block and his Fiesta are favored to win 100 Acre Wood, having won the past 6 times he's competed. He'll certainly be looking to make it 7 wins, but he'll also have an eye on the overall championship after a failed alternator early at Snowdrift left him out of the running on day 1. Check out all the coverage from 100 Acre Wood Rally at rally-america.com.
How do we say the Bison Ranch? Bison Ranch. Bison. Okay, it is Wednesday before the 100 Acre Wood Rally. We are at the Bison Ranch. That's how we say it. To try the car, to test it in the first rally on gravel of the year. We always try to do that. We have Fraser McCallagher, the Motec wizard, with us today. So, and it's going well now. We're moving in the right direction. I like how the car feels, and yeah, hopefully we have a good rally. That's about it for now.
We're out here testing, doing some car setup for the event. It's really
Welcome to the 100 Acre Wood Rally for 2013. It's the Rally America National Championship, and I'm Matthew Johnson here to help cover it for you. We're standing on some slushy and slippery stages this year. So here we are out on Recce. It's just an example of how two-wheel drive cars can't even make it. We've got an Evolution there without snow tires on, getting himself stuck on this slight hill. Ken Block getting some rally practice in.
I mean, you can see from walking around, and the sleet is getting very deep. It's mostly ice underneath. It's not glare ice, it's rough ice, but it's still pretty bad.
I would say it's awesome if I brought the setup for snow.
Got it.
Otherwise, I came here for gravel, so
Yeah.
if you have the setup, it's sweet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a nightmare.
It's our first time on these roads, and it's kind of hard getting used to not being able to see the dirt and the gravel and just seeing snow, but it'll keep it interesting for tomorrow for sure.
Slippery. If you look our tires, we just got this rental from Rolla, and those would be nice for Rally New York because they are completely slicks. We've been stuck everywhere.
Exactly 104.8. Speed factor 101.49. And 100.
Why did you take third on the road?
Just the conditions are horrible, to be honest, and I think the snow's clearing a bit. It's just that comfort zone, letting somebody else find the bad bit first, really.
So you drew the opportunity to choose second, and then when you chose second, you chose to go second on the road, correct? Tell us about the conditions and what you expect tomorrow.
It's winter roads with summer ditches, so it's nerve-wracking, but it's also really cool, really challenging, and I like that. And again, snow is a great equalizer, so it was hard to do good notes today. Conditions were really tough, but I kind of like that. So.
Outside of the drivers' meeting here at 100 Acre Wood, trying to grab a few drivers we haven't spoken to yet this weekend. Dylan Van Way, two-wheel drive, was second place at Snowdrift. What's the plan here at 100 Acre Wood?
The plan is to go as fast as we can, considering the conditions. We do have snow tires. We're about as prepared as everybody else was.
The roads look like a blast out there. I mean, I wish we had a couple more tires like this so we could actually, not worry too much about flats, and it'd be a different mindset.
We think we're better prepared than any other two-wheel drive team, and we think we're going to do great. It's still going to be like walking a tightrope across the Grand Canyon, because there's no traction out there, and you really, really have to work the surface. It's going to be a challenge.
There's no point in trying to go toe-to-toe with the top three. They've got their cars dialed in, and they're good drivers. So when you've got that combination, it's hard to beat. So we'll play cat and mouse and hopefully stay close enough where we can be the dark horse.
We're here on stage 2 of 100 Acre Wood Rally. The cars have done about 15 miles of stage so far, so they're just now figuring out how fast they can go and just how hard they can push in these conditions. After 3 stages, Ken Block is showing us how he's won the 100 Acre Wood Rally 6 times in a row. He's looking good to win it a 7th time, currently with 12 seconds ahead of Antoine Lestage. He's got 18 seconds ahead of David Higgins, and meanwhile, while those 3 battle it out for the overall win, Joseph Burke is looking good. He's pushing hard. He's the dark horse waiting in the wings to capitalize should any of those front 3 have any trouble. So standing here with Ken Block, it's the first service of 100 Acre Wood.
Yeah, I'm pushing pretty hard, but trying to keep it on the road. I've had a few just little moments, but other than that, it's been just a good conservative drive.
So far, so good. The roads are actually great, in my opinion, especially on the plowed areas. They're super fast.
The roads are good. They are better than I expected. They're really nice, and it's fast, it's slippery, it's just how I like it.
Track is actually pretty predictable. It served us a little badly on the first stage because we were the 10th car and we were kind of still breaking trail. Our main competitors were 6-8 cars back, and they got a better road, and we had to pass a car ahead of us. So we lost a little time on the first stage.
Yeah, everything's going really good. Comparing stage times, we went into the last stage about 10 seconds ahead of ACP, and it looks like he took a bit out of us, so it's race on for sure.
Stage before last, the middle one of the last loop, we went into a left, like a third gear left, and it just looked like pure gravel, but it froze over and we had a real big slide, and like almost in a tree on the outside. So I just thought, okay, let's just back it off a little bit. And then the next left over a crest, I could see the marks where Ken had been off, and
I just shut everything down and just kind of walked through it. It was too scary. It was like
a lot of people did.
some braking here and good braking here, bad braking there, and you get one wrong and you're done.
It's going really good. The roads were a lot better than we thought they were going to be, and the traction was great. Second to last stage was a little slippery, but it was going really well.
Are you still in the fight for tomorrow?
Oh, definitely. Going to push real hard tomorrow. So.
Cool.
I'd been testing out the grip and it seemed okay, but I just came over a particular crest and tried to turn, and there was just nothing there. It was just straight sheet ice. So,
what are your plans today, and how far back do you think you can come?
I'm just gonna go out and drive as hard as I can, and whatever happens, happens.
Slow start to the day. So I think we were 12th or something in the first service, and we were able to claw back some time, ended up in 5th overnight. But we got a big charge today, got to make up more time, and gonna get in front of Evan, trying to beat Lachlan here, and so shoot for the podium. And
yesterday we had an overheating problem, head gasket, and then we tried to keep going, and we just cooked the engine. So and we don't have a spare, so we cannot use the Super Rally rule, and so that's it for us.
We were able to go even a little faster because at the middle of the stage I kind of lose my... I think today we are going to go a little faster, so we will see. It's a rally, and it's very icy, so yesterday we had a flat tire, we catch a rally car twice, but we didn't lose that much time on that.
We're second overall. We're a good bit behind Higgins, but we expected that. We kind of played the cat and mouse game yesterday, and it fell into our hands kind of like we expected.
How many seconds separate you and, I guess, the class leader, ACP, right now?
Well, math is not my specialty, but I think it's something like 13 and a little bit seconds. So it's very much race on. We had that much of a lead on him after the first stage yesterday. So, if he can get it back, we can definitely get it back. So.
but there's such a heavy melt going on now. There's a lot of standing water. There's gravel. There's mud. There's bits in the shade that are froze solid. So it's just such a nightmare.
Yeah, no, we're doing okay. We gained a place, so I think we're up into fourth now. And we're taking time out of people on the first three out and gave some back on this last one. There's a guy in front of us who stopped the water crossing, so lost a little bit of time there.
So we had a flat in the first stage, so we lost a little time there, but we still had a really good time. The second stage we did really good. We had the best time SP, and we made up some very good time to the competition.
The road conditions are varying so immensely, so it's very difficult to judge one corner and braking area to the next. Everything is so different.
It's been great. It's been great. Little new car things. We haven't done any testing, no driving until yesterday morning. For me, I haven't sat in the car, so to go out there and be third overall in international events, I think it's a pretty damn good car build, if you ask me.
Standing here with Ken Block, it was day one of 100 Acre Wood and things were looking good till it got icy on stage 7. But here you were this morning flying again. What happened now?
Basically, I lost throttle control. So in the middle of the corner, the car just spun out because it had no power to drive out of the corner, and we just sat there on the side of the road and tried to figure out what was going on with the throttle and just couldn't figure it out. It's a fly-by-wire system, so if something goes on it, there's just nothing we can do. There's nothing to fix.
We have a slight issue with the gearbox because of the lead we've got. We think it's better to change it just to be sure. So the guys are just going to go through the normal procedures and then probably change the gearbox just to double check, make sure everything else is okay on the car.
We had an off. It wasn't really a big off, but we hit just the right stuff to where we couldn't keep going. We weren't off the road very far, but we hit a stump and basically just broke everything connected to the left front wheel, and that was it for us. So
I'm feeling really good. I think I finally understand really good my car, and with my co-driver also, we are doing really well with the notes, and everything is coming at the perfect time, and it's awesome.
We hemorrhaged time yesterday, so first was never an option unless something happened to Higgins, but we've kind of been just watching third and grandmaing it around a little bit. So the guys behind, they had a few issues today, and we did too. We kind of kept ours a little secret though, so they wouldn't put a charge on. So.
For the 100 Acre Wood 2013, David Higgins, Craig Drew, well done.
VP Racing is all about performance fuels, including SEF small engine fuel. It contains no ethanol, ensuring easier starts, worry-free long-term storage, and fewer repairs. Check out SEF, the perfect fuels for gas-powered tools.
In the two-wheel drive race at the 100 Acre Wood Rally, competition was stiff, with Andrew Carmi-Picard and Scion Racing leading the national championship for two-wheel drive. Right behind him are the Ford Fiesta drivers Dylan Van Wey and Fast Eddie McNelly, covering second and third in the standings.
Well, we went back to California after winning Snowdrift and built up a turbocharger system, made the car really powerful, which is great if you have gravel and lots of great traction. But here now, suddenly we've had this ice storm and a snowstorm, and that's not the thing to have. So the good thing is we have the Greddy turbo system works now so that we have low boost and low gears and higher boost in the high gears. So we've set up that to work on snow. We got our whole snow set up. We dialed it in this morning. We think we're better prepared than any other two-wheel drive team, and we think we're going to do great. It's still going to be like walking a tightrope across the Grand Canyon, you know?
The plan is to go as fast as we can considering the conditions. We do have snow tires. We're about as prepared as everybody else was. You know, we got a good recce on nice dry roads at the beginning, and then it started to snow, so we have a little bit of an idea of what the stages will be like.
Going really good. You know, the roads were a lot better than we thought they were going to be, and the traction was great. Second to last stage was a little slippery, but it was going really well.
Are you still in the fight for tomorrow?
Oh, definitely. Going to push real hard tomorrow. So.
Dylan Van Wey had trouble on stage 11. He went off the edge of the stage, damaging the front suspension, and was unable to continue.
You know, we weren't off the road very far, but we hit a stump and basically just broke everything connected to the left front wheel. And that was it for us. So
with Dylan out of the race, Fast Eddie moved up into second, and Tim O'Neill, charging up through the two-wheel drive pack, was up to third. Finishing first and extending his points lead for the two-wheel drive championship, ACP, along with Jeremy Wimpy and their Scion.
We were pretty much happy with our margin all day. The team did an amazing job. You know, I hit a rock and bent the rear beam and came in with the car all crabbing, and the team changed it in no time. They become such a professional team.
Finishing second and moving up to second in the championship, Fast Eddie McNelly and Ole Holter in a Fiesta R2.
You know, we pushed real hard. You know, the Ford Fiesta did great, though. You know, Team O'Neill service crew, perfect. We just pushed. We tried. We're going to come back at Oregon and keep giving it another try. So.
And then finishing third, but no strangers to the podium, Tim O'Neill and Terry Hansen in another Ford Fiesta R2.
Well, the first thing is I kind of came here a little bit too relaxed. I didn't really, I said, well, we don't have to worry about adjusting the suspension or anything, and don't worry too much about anything. And then it's all of a sudden last night, it's like, oh man, I can't even stay on the road. I can't. So it's like, okay, you better get it together here.
VP Racing is all about performance fuels, including SEF small engine fuel. It contains no ethanol, ensuring easier starts, worry-free long-term storage, and fewer repairs. Check out SEF, the perfect fuels for gas-powered tools.
While the weather in Missouri at the 100 Acre Wood Rally was cooling off, the 2013 Super Production race was set to be heating up with the return of last year's champion Lachlan O'Sullivan and his rival David Sterrix, who DNF'd at round 1. After Snowdrift, Evan Klein currently leads the class with Mason Moyle second and Nick Roberts third. driving a brand new built Lucas Oil badged Super Production Subaru. What's the plan given your lack of experience in this car?
Keeping it as pretty as she is. Pretty much keep it in the middle of the road and just be safe. I mean, there's so many things that can go wrong with a new car.
What's your plan? You know your car better, and we could probably say it's a little more developed. You've been driving it for a season. Is your plan to go out and attack, try to show Lachlan how it's done today on Friday?
Well, no, I'm going to have the same plan as him because I was really bad with my car lately, so I want to keep it the way she is. And but we will still try to go fast and clean.
Standing here with Evan Klein, last year's runner-up in Super Production. How was day one?
Day one went great. The roads were fantastic conditions, especially coming right off a snowdrift wind. So we went out, had a great tire choice, didn't push at all, and now we're sitting second in Super Production and fourth overall.
Winning the Super Production class and also finishing third overall. Lachlan O'Sullivan and Scott Putman with a brand new built Subaru WRX STI. Lachlan, are you going to be around for the whole Super Production Championship here in 2013?
We better be.
I got it.
Yeah, keep the car clean and show up at every event and do well.
Evan, you've got to be stoked with the second in Super Production finish.
It was a great rally, and we're continuing our lead in Super Production for the National Championship, so super stoked about that.
Well done. Evan Klein currently leading Super Production after 100 Acre Wood 2013. David, last we saw you were on a charge and you were the one in second place. How did you end up third here in SP?
Yeah, in the last three stages, at the start of the stage, there was no boost anymore on the car, so it was really slow. But we did what we could to be at the finish.
VP Racing is all about performance fuels, including SEF small engine fuel. It contains no ethanol, ensuring easier starts, worry-free long-term storage, and fewer repairs. Check out SEF, the perfect fuels for gas-powered tools.
Standing here with six-time event winner Ken Block. Hey, what's your plan?
You know, it was beautiful here 2 days ago. We had a great 2 days of testing. Of course, it was all in the dry, and so now we're back to sort of a snowdrift type setup. I already had a little bit of a bad result at snowdrift because of an alternator issue, so got to do my best, and I'd like to win, but also I need to come away with some good points.
The 2013 100 Acre Wood Rally was icy and slushy and muddy. It was challenging for most drivers, but David Higgins was your eventual event winner with Subaru Rally Team USA. First on the road on stage one, Ken Block was swinging for the fences. He charged ahead with a 12-second lead over Antoine and an 18-second lead over David Higgins. Listen to the chirps of those turbos begging for mercy. Snowdrift winners Antoine Lestage and Natalie Richard experienced a frustrating 100 Acre Wood Rally. They were running second overall at the time, but due to engine overheating issues, they did not complete day one.
Overheating problem, head gasket, and then we tried to keep going, and we just cooked the engine. So, and we don't have a spare, so we cannot use the Super Rally rule. And
the slushy stages on day one were quite predictable during the day. However, darkness fell, the roads refroze, and running first on the road, Ken Block was the unlucky one to discover a slip spot. How were the night stages, David?
best night rallying we've had for a long time, because Olympus we had the dust, and then the last rally we went off into a tree, so it's just nice to get through that first day clean.
And here last year, dust.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been a good day for me and Craig, and the whole team's been good. The car's been great. So
Joseph Burke is back in his Mitsubishi Evolution. He was hanging back, wondering if any of the top 3 would have trouble. Indeed, they have, and here he sits second overall at the end of day 1. So Ken Block, you've re-entered day 2 under the Super Rally rules. What's your plan today?
And how far back do you think you can come?
You know what? I'm just gonna go out and drive as hard as I can, and whatever happens, happens.
Status quo for Ken Block on day 2. I'm gonna go out and drive as hard as I can. Thanks, Ken.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
David, tell us about your first win here at 100 Acre Wood.
yeah, no, it's really good. Obviously, this is one rally that we've never won before, so to win it now is a great feeling. But the team have just been awesome all weekend. It's such a difficult rally with the conditions, and then obviously now we've just making the right tyre, keeping calm, doing everything right. But the car's been perfect, and big thanks to all the guys to give us a car to do the job this weekend.
Joseph Burke's Evolution was suffering some engine trouble in the middle of day 2. He kept scooting along until they could get the problem resolved, proceeded to finish the event second overall.
Yeah, we haven't had good luck in the past couple of years, so it's good. I think if there's ever a time I'm happy about a second place, it's this weekend. So
winning the Super Production class and also finishing third overall is Lachlan O'Sullivan and Scott Putnam in a brand new built Subaru WRX STI.
And it's just one of those things, new car, super great build by Streetwise, so just awesome. Come out here, do this, and we got the small trophy for third, big trophy for first.